I need the extra padding, apparently, so I can sit up taller. Not that I'm short, but it'd be interesting to see who expects me to be on here today. But I'll wait patiently. The awkward wait. I don't do awkward quite as well as some other people, but I'm certainly not Ricky Gervais. I'll just be patient. I suppose this would be a good time to sing or hum or, I don't know, talk about nothing. Oh boy. I thought it was going to rain today. Like, it looked really like it was going to rain outside, and I was really excited because my plants need watering. But it's just stayed bleak. It hasn't done anything, so I don't know if we're going to get rain or not. We'll hope. And I'd say that nobody got the bell, but that's okay. I'll just stay online for a few minutes and see if everybody comes in. Thanks for the thumbs up. Someone was a cherub. Be one of those people who write to me later and say, I was watching you, Yvonne. I promise I was watching you, but I just can't comment. And I know who you are. That's cool. Thank you for the thumbs up. I haven't really got back to my life coaching channel since I did the last talk. So I'm going to try and see if I can get back this week. I've just had someone travel down from Queensland to see me, and I'm like, that was pretty cool. How are you going? CBF Property Services. So somebody just rang me and said, can you fit me in today? And I was like, well, that's a bit quick to be able to do that. And he said, I've just travelled all the way down from Queensland to visit you. And I was like, oh, good. All right. Okay, I'll see if I can fit you in this afternoon. But anyway, a fresher version of me, is that what you mean? I still look pretty crappy. I've got a lot of outbreaks on my face at the moment. I'm a bit old for pimples, but apparently my body doesn't think so. So, hey, how are you, Stephanie? But we'll see how we see if a few people. Oh, thanks, Scott. Not quite 100%, but hanging in there. I look lighter. I probably am definitely lighter. I probably have good reason for that too. So, Kate. Thanks, Pamela. I do feel better. Slowly getting there. Still not 100%, but much improved on what I was. I have a really bad, it's actually a bit of a Capricorn habit, isn't it? That whole workaholic thing. And I find it very hard to pull back sometimes. How are you, Sarah? And I've realised that I'm doing what I was doing at work, and it's just, I wanted to be able to enjoy this more. So I'm just going to be a little bit more strategic in how I look after myself. And you're a Capricorn too. Yeah, we're pretty stubborn like that. I always think I have to give something, a 100% rather than just being happy with, most people's quota of a maybe 70 or 80. It was slowly killing yourself, and I've done it in a couple of jobs, and I was like, I've done it again. So anyway, it's all good. All right. Well, I was going to do some card pulls. None of the regulars are on this time, so that's quite interesting. Nice to see you all here, though. Oh, well, Scott, I know you, and Sarah, I know you. Pamela, I know your name. I don't know if I've actually really spoken to you a lot before. Let me know if you want a card pull. I thought I'd do some card pulls today because I'm not going to stay on for long, in light that I've got this extra reading today too, which I didn't expect. Okay, let's have a look at Stephanie. Okay, I've pulled Outsider out for you. Now, the Outsider card, I'm not going to read these from the book. I'm going to do my own meanings on this. I need to get a little bit more comfortable with doing the intuition stuff. This card talks about a wanderer, someone who's a loner. And I feel here there's this sort of energy here that perhaps sometimes you need to have a little bit more confidence in yourself for doing things on your own. Stephanie, you may be the type of person who doesn't always feel confident about doing things by yourself, or maybe you're not doing something by yourself at the moment that you need to. Sometimes this is that feeling of maybe not really feeling like, you're either confident or that you're going to succeed. So rather than try, you don't do it. There's a really strong message here for you to start trusting yourself and going for things. All right. I am feeling a good bit better, thanks, Susan. I'm still recovering though, so okay. Let me just have a look. Scott. All right, let's pull one for you. Okay, Scott, we've got death rites for you. This card talks about saying goodbye, and it's about formal occasion and honouring lives. I feel that with this particular card, there's something that needs to change for you. Something that you're either going through or something that you've got your head stuck on that you're not letting go of. And there's a very strong feeling here. It's almost like you have to give it a little mini funeral and move on. It's very much this energy of being stuck. You're keeping yourself stuck with something. So this is about understanding that you need to have this change. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck waiting for things to come in. It's slowing down your energy. So you've got to let go, do a mini funeral, whatever you want to do, but give it the whole works, some sort of ceremony, and let it go. So very interesting. All right. Okay. Pamela Paris, let's do you next. I don't want two. Pamela. Bit stubborn, Pamela. There's something you're having trouble. Oh, that came back. All right, that was one of the ones that came out before. This is about energy release. And I got that sort of feeling of the stubbornness because the card wouldn't come out of the deck. There's something that you perhaps need to consider here, that you're maybe standing firm on, that actually needs you to be a little bit more flexible. Sometimes we can have our head in a place where we think that we are right or that we're doing the right thing. And sometimes we need to sort of shift our thinking. And I feel like you're either getting messages for this at the moment or something's coming through. It's going to shift your thinking a little bit. Sometimes if you open your mind to other people's ideas, you may not always agree with them, but they may shift you in where you're at. Something needs to be thought of from a different perspective. If you're about to embark on something or do something new, maybe try a different way of looking at it. It's like you need to look at it differently. All right. Okay, Sarah. Oh, you didn't know I've been sick, Joanne? Yes, I've been actually quite very sick. But anyway, you're welcome. Okay, where did I get to? Sarah, that's right. Sarah. Okay, we have compassion coming out for you and kindness. I actually feel that this is the opposite for you here. I feel like sometimes you're so busy being kind and compassionate to everybody else, you don't always put your own needs first. And there's a very strong feeling here. Like if you look at her face, it's like you've got bundled into something that you really didn't want to do. And it's like you're sort of saying to yourself, now, I really didn't want to do it this time, and yet here I am again doing the same thing. So you might find you're sort of on the receiving end of some, maybe that sort of pecking order where things keep falling to you even though you don't want them to. There's a very strong feeling here that your empathy and kindness are perhaps getting taken advantage of at the moment. Just be a little cautious, because I think you're being asked to maybe see through this rather than taking it on board. Okay. Did anybody else want a reading? You're welcome, Scott. Take heed, though. How are you, Janet? It's good to see you here. Thanks, Joanne, for that. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Sarah. Hope that resonated with you. Does anybody else want a card pull? I'm only going to stay on for about half an hour today, so I don't really drain my energy before I get better. I just missed. It's funny, isn't it? Because you'll go, oh, I miss you. We miss you. I hope you're okay. And I'm like, yeah, I miss you guys too. I really do. Unfortunately, I sat in bed for a couple of days there thinking, it's really hard not having everybody to talk to. Okay, Joanne. I've got redemption for you, Joanne. Oh, bless you, April. I'll try and get to you. Okay, so, Joanne, this is about forgiveness. I want to talk to you about this. Sometimes when people say that we need to forgive things or forgive people for doing things, we get a little bit up in arms and we think, why should we have to forgive someone when they've done the wrong thing? But what a lot of people don't understand is forgiveness is not about the person who's done the wrong thing. It's about you releasing the energy. So sometimes if we hold on to the energy of being angry with someone, it can fester within us. It can do a lot of damage. There's something here I feel that you've got to forgive, and it may even be yourself, but it's like I look at the face on this, I'm getting this feeling that you've either heard this before or I'm saying something you already know, because I'm looking at her face thinking you're going like that sort of look. And I don't want to lecture you on it, but sometimes we don't let things go because we feel that we need to hang on to them. And there's a feeling here you need to forgive somebody, whether that's yourself or someone else, just to let go of the energy. The energy's holding you back here. All right. Joanne. Kate, CBF Property Services. Okay, Kate. Oh, that one came out for you. Oh, here we go again. A lot of you guys doing this at the moment. This card is called the past, a prison. And again, it's about not letting go. So we have a few of these coming through today. So it may be the energy that's in the light universe at the moment. Sometimes we find with the planetary movement, it's something, that's not allowing us to move forward. With you, there's refusal here to let go. And I feel like with you, it's an old pattern or an old way of doing things that you keep repeating. Sometimes we can do this in relationships. I'm not New Zealander, but I just had I just channeled a New Zealand accent. Sometimes we can get very caught up in our past and we find it really hard to let go. Especially if it's something we've done a certain way for a long time, like for example, relationships. We get into a relationship and then after a little while we're like, this is just like the last relationship. The same things come around again and again and again. So yeah, Mercury retrograde, that's what that's all about. Now there's something you need to let go of here. And it's a refusal to let go, but I don't feel like it's a person. I feel like it's a way of thinking. So just pay attention to how you're thinking about things. Maybe you've always had the same way of looking at something and you're not looking at it differently, but this feels to me like overthinking. So if you're an overthinker, you need to start working on how can you stop your overthinking. Remember, you're not in control of your thoughts. They can do whatever they like. And it's just a matter of learning how to let go. If you meditate, you just have to use the same practice in your day-to-day life. All right, Sylvia. Sylvia, Sylvia. All right, the call of the night. This is about adventure here. This is about going out and having fun. So Are you getting the fun time? You know, sometimes we get so engrossed in our work and in our, the day-to-day stuff that we forget our life is about fun too. We don't always do the things that feel good for us. We're so busy doing what we really need to do. But this is sort of taking risks here and doing some things for yourself. So if you've been thinking about doing something and you've been a bit cautious, don't jump for it. Take a leap of faith. This is very much about going with the flow, having a go at things and having fun. If you get asked on a date or it's date night, go out and have some fun. Don't be restricted. If this is a matter of you can't get out wherever you are at the moment, then get in your car and drive somewhere. But this is about having fun. Go and skinny dip in your local river. All right. April Clancy. I love the way you call yourself a long time quiet observer, because I've got a few people who write to me and say, I watch you every time, but I can't speak or I can't get online. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, please, too, for the readings. All right, April, what have we got for you? Interesting. I'm going to pull another one for you because I feel like I need another card to go with this time. Okay, all right. There you go. So I got Death Rights out, which I'd just seen, and I felt like I needed to draw another card for you, April. And I've got out the card of Sacrifice. And the card of Sacrifice is the card of letting go. So as I said, we've got a pattern coming in here today. So it must be something to do with Mercury retrograde. I think that Kate is probably right. There seems to be something you need to let go that needs to die off here. You're hanging on to something that's creating a blockage here. So there's sort of like this idea here. It could be that you're hanging on to a way of doing things. It could be that you're hanging on to a person. But I actually feel like it's got something to do with either work or something that you're doing outside of that, that you need to let go of. It could be a family issue rather than a romantic relationship. It could be family here. But there's something that you need to sacrifice and let go of. This is very interesting. I feel like somebody has either expects too much of you, or there's sort of this feeling here that perhaps you're not standing up for yourself. And maybe you've tried and it hasn't really worked out well for you. And the universe is saying here, maybe it's time to let it go now, completely let it die off and just sacrifice it, just say goodbye. So I don't know what that is for you there. Okay, thanks, Joanne. Okay, did I get through all the readings? No, I didn't. There was one more. Susan, of course. I felt like there was one more. Okay. Hey, Vane, how you going? Okay, Susan. Oh, I like this. You've got the card of hope or wishes. So something here, you're either waiting to hear on something or you are feeling something's coming your way. Thanks, Vane. It's nice to see you too. There's a feeling that there is something coming your way that you've either been waiting for or you've had your heart set on. Susan, whatever this is that you've been waiting for, there seems to be something coming in here that's going to make you feel as if you've accomplished something or something's finally moving in your direction. It's a wish card, so it's something you've wanted that's about to be delivered by the universe. So definitely on its way, though. All right. Did I get everybody for a reading? If you want a card pull, just pop your name down the bottom. I think I got everyone so far. It's good when there's not too many people on here. Oh, you're welcome, April. More than welcome. I hope it resonated. All right, Vane, let's bring you a card out. And Bethany. Okay. Vane. All right, ecstasy. It's a nice hot card, Vane. This is about bliss. So So there's something in your life at the moment that is creating this feeling or is about to create this feeling for you. I'm going to pull you another card. Okay, all rightio. I feel if you're not attached, you may have somebody coming after you here. Because there's a feeling here that you've got somebody that's keeping an eye on you here, that's really either interested in you. If you're already in a relationship, then I feel like this person's about to maybe offer you something more than what you've had before. There's some sort of movement in a relationship here. So it's either someone has been keeping an eye on you. This is the card of prey. And I feel like this person has been keeping an eye on you here. It is about being watched and is about being stalked, but it's not feeling negative, all right? It's feeling good. I feel that someone here, because the other card is ecstasy, it's almost like somebody's got the hots for you here and they're keeping an eye on you. So if this isn't someone you know, they must be pretty close. So if you're waiting on some sort of energy of a new person to come in, I'd say they're on their way here. It's a bit hot and heavy energy. Yeah, hot and heavy energy vein, all right? Someone's got the hots. Oh, thanks, Hayley. It's good to be back. Okay, now, who else did I miss there? Bethany, that's right. I have to keep an eye because if it gets too busy, you're welcome. All right, Bethany. We have the card of jealousy coming out here. All right. Now, I don't think this is you actually being jealous of someone per se. I feel it's almost like you're being coerced to go in a particular direction and you're not really wanting to follow something here. It is a card of changing course. So I feel like it may be that you have an opportunity to move in a different direction, but somebody may be sort of either talking you out of it or coercing you into moving in another direction. Okay, so I want you to be really cautious of this, because whoever this is very jealous of you. I don't think this is you jealous of someone else. I feel like someone's sort of plotting or trying to steer you differently on your path for their own good. So I think it's them that's jealous. I feel that they're sort of trying to coerce you to take a slightly different direction. Just watch for jealous people around you. You always know, because they pose it as being something, really really sweet and nice, but it doesn't feel that way to me. It feels like someone's got a bit of a jealous thing for you. All righty, I got through everyone. Does anybody else want a reading that I didn't get to? Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm not sure what that means for you, Bethany. It may not be here at the moment. Just be cautious, all right? Because it sounds like you've got some jealous people around you. All right, Hayley. Oh, something came straight out. Oh, okay. This looks pretty nice. Okay, so I got the card of ecstasy out, which we've seen already. And ecstasy talks about rapture, bliss, and yielding. Oh, thanks, Patricia. But I actually got out thirst with that. And this is like a craving for something here, some sort of craving for something more, something that you're wanting, something you're thirsting after. The card of thirst here talks about craving, compulsion, and obsession. So it's sort of like you're wanting something, but it's really primal. So it's either towards a person or towards something that's really something stirring your feelings really deep down inside you at the moment. Whatever this is, it's coming up for you. So if you haven't quite got there yet, you've got something happening here that's going to really stir up some sort of primal desire or want. But with the thirst card there, unless you're out vampiring, it's whoa. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vane. No, I'm not going to overdo it. I said I'm only going to do a half an hour on today. Did anybody else want a reading? I've got everybody there, haven't I? Okay. Just let me know that you want a reading. I won't read for you unless you actually say to me you want one. Daylight savings. It's a bit that way, isn't it? Oh, I just got some beautiful, I've had some beautiful messages. Honestly, you guys make me want to just, it's just like having one big family. It's just beautiful the way everybody's sent messages through. I hope that resonated, Hayley. I can probably, the energy that's coming through was a bit of a hot energy here. So something you're in desire. Okay, Tamara. All right. Oh, there's too many there. Okay, Tamara. We have outsider here for you. This is about feeling like on the outside of something. Sometimes it can actually be something that we're choosing to do here, because I feel like you've chosen perhaps not to participate in something or to move away from something because it wasn't benefiting you. It's sort of like you've either separated yourself from someone or moved away from someone because somebody was giving you some bad vibes or bad energy here. And I think you've chosen to sort of go on your own here. Okay, Tamara. So just, it's sort of like you don't feel like you either belong with it or you feel like you need to be on the outside of it. So it may be, like everybody talking about wanting to do something and you're like, I don't really want to do it. And people are trying to sort of talk you into doing it. But I feel like you're choosing not to. You don't mind that you're looking bad for it because you're doing what you want to do. Okay, where do we go to? Hayley, Tamara, Jeanette. If it starts to move up very quickly, then I may lose you. So, all right, Jeanette, you have the card of thirst coming through here. So the card of thirst talks about craving, compulsion, and obsession. There's something here that you feel sort of compelled to or locked on that you need to let go of. It's coming up as an obsession or a thirst, which means that we're craving something that we need to sort of back off. It's like addiction. There's some sort of either an addiction or some sort of addiction to something that needs to be let go of. It's holding you back. The energy is holding you back here. You can't quench it for some reason. So sometimes we can have a thirst for something, but we can quench it. But I feel like here, whatever you're doing, it's like you can't satisfy this need. So you're sort of doing something that you can't satisfy. So it's draining you emotionally. All right. Okay. Patricia, thank you. All right, well, Patricia's next. I think I've got everybody so far. All right. Trish, good. Thanks, Tamara. Trisha, we have nobility here. Okay, nobility, the card talks about honor, high standards, and idealistic. There's nothing wrong with being idealistic. Don't let anybody tell you there is. This is about having a very good attitude to something. It's almost like you're sort of wearing other people down because you're just 100% committed to making something work here. It's like you really have faith that whatever this is going to work out for you and nobody's going to knock you off that. You're really determined. There's a sheer determination to make something work. The high standards thing, I don't really feel like it is about high standards. I feel it's more like about honor. It's about really understanding your own potential and really standing up for what you believe in. So something here is really empowering you to be the best you can at something or to do the best you can with something. And even though other people might not believe in you or believe in the cause, you're just not letting people get to you here. You're very determined. It's beautiful energy. Okay, thanks, Lisa. Okay, Sue Prescott. Sue Prescott. All right, Sue. Oh, I had that one just a moment ago. Let's just pop another one out on top of it. Okay, we've got 3. Okay, this is really interesting. So, greedy person, Sue, you got 3 cards. I pulled one and I wanted another one to clarify, and they've given me 2. What I have here is rebellion, outsider, and creator. You know, sometimes when we have an idea or a way of doing things, we can be seen as being a little bit different or a little bit more rebellious. And sometimes that can make us feel like we're not part of the crew or part of what's going on. There's something that you want to create here that might be a little bit out of the ballpark. It may not be something that other people see you doing well at, but it's something you want to do. So I feel like somehow or another you're taking a plunge with something and taking a leap of faith, and perhaps going against advice from other people here, because this is about creating something. It's about being a catalyst for something new. It's like you're taking something that's not really been done before and doing something with it. There's a really cool feeling that you are doing something very, very different. And people may sort of look at you as if asking why you want to do this, but you're really determined. It's something you've always wanted to do. All right, I'll leave you with that one. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I feel amazing. Isaac. Okay, Isaac. 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 Okay. There is some sort of energy here of having to learn something new. I have the card of hope here, which is about bright prospects, but it's also about wishing for something. And I have something about education here. So there seems to be an opportunity coming in for you to either take on a new level of learning at something, or else you are learning. If you're doing inner work here, you may be learning things about yourself that you didn't know before. If that's the case, then this energy that's coming through for you is sort of bumping you up vibrationally, whether that's an education or whether it's more to do with something about yourself. It's like you are learning to self-invest. You know, sometimes we do this thing where we don't feel that we are, you know, where we need to be. And we know that we need to grow something, we need to change something about ourselves, or we need to move into a new time. And it's like you're starting to understand here what you need. Now, it may be something very logical, like I want to be a dentist, so now you know you have to study to be a dentist. But I actually think this is a little bit more metaphysical, where you're sort of looking at yourself and asking yourself, where do you need to change things to fit in differently? Okay. You're very welcome, Isaac. Oh, you're welcome, Sylvia. You're welcome, Scott. Okay, where did I get to? Lisa. I've got Lisa and Rissa. All right. Oh, thank you, Rissa. All right, Lisa Aponte. Lisa. All right, Lisa. All right, that's about forgiveness, that card. I just want to pull another card to go with it. Sacrifice. Wow. Okay. Sometimes in life we have to give away things whether we want to or not. Sometimes we have to let things go because they are not really right for us. Now, some of this can be a relationship or a job, or it could be a friendship or a family situation. But the universe is saying here that you have to sacrifice. And when we're sacrificing, it's not really always doing something we want to do. It's more about doing something that's right for us. But it may not be something that you're really wanting to let go of. There's a card here which talks about forgiveness or penance. The redemption card is very much a card of being able to let something go, even though we've maybe hurt by it. So both these cards say to me, there's something in your energy that you need to let go of and just release, whether that's forgiving it or forgiving for yourself. You need to release it. even though you don't want to, because it's not doing you any good hanging on to it. So that's quite interesting. I'm sure that came out for somebody else. Thanks, Susan. Rissa. And we may call Rissa's one the last one because it's already 12:30. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, guys, please. All right. Rissa, you're the last one, though. Anybody else comes in? Oh, burnt by the sun. Okay, this is about ambition. This is about drive. There's something you want here. That's why I was going to pull another card. There's something you want. Oh, thanks, April. There's something. Oh, the path to prison. Okay, let's talk about this. This is quite a deep one, Rissa. I feel here, because this little guy here talks about refusal to let go again, and we've got a lot of this coming in today. So just be aware that a lot of people releasing energies at the moment or letting go of things. Hanging on too tight, trying to control things doesn't work, okay? The universe will always have the upper hand, regardless of what we want. We can tell the universe what we want, and it won't withhold from us what we won't want. But there's something here that is telling you if you hang on to it and don't let it go, it's going to create some sort of, it's almost like some sort of blockage for you. So, for example, if you're hanging on to, say, only having a uni course with a particular university, but you have several universities who offer you a place and you knock them all back because you want to go to that particular university and it doesn't offer you a place. That's sort of the energy I'm feeling here. I know that's sort of a bit of a loose analogy, but there's a very strong feeling here that something is going to sort of bite you on the bum if you don't look at it in a little bit of a different way. So this sort of energy of the prison is sort of keeping yourself trapped in a certain way of thinking or doing when you need to let it go. Otherwise, it's going to come back and sort of perhaps not allow you to have the opportunity you want. So I guess at the end of the day, it's about being more open-minded, more accepting, and allowing things to come to you rather than sort of setting your mindset on a particular thing that's very narrow. Being a bit more broad-minded, a little bit more open to something. All right. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Lisa. Thanks, Rissa. I'm not sure what they mean. Like I just read the energy and go with that. And I think sometimes people say to me that, you know, it resonates, and I think, oh, it doesn't really make any sense to me whatsoever. But I do note today we've had a lot of cards of letting go, forgiving, letting go of energy. Don't hang on to things. It's so unhealthy for you not to let things go. It can make you very sick. All right. So I'm going to do a collective couple of cards and we'll call it a day. All right. Okay, so we have call for help, hope, and jealousy. Okay. There's a very, very strong feeling here that some of you are hanging on to energy that might be good to talk to someone else about. You know, sometimes we get upset and we hold on to feelings or emotions or energy, and we hang on to it because we're either ashamed to talk about it or we don't feel it's something we want to share with someone else for whatever reason. And we can hang on to that energy at our own detriment. So there's sort of this feeling here that it would be good here and would help you to talk it out with someone, that you can trust, that you can, that will accept you with no judgment. And I think that's so important, you know, not to have judgment, because sometimes, you know, you want to talk to someone about something, and if they start to pass judgment on what you're talking about, then you clamp up and you shut down. So you need to have someone here that you can bounce things off or talk to or cry to or whatever it takes for you, that you know that that person is not going to make any judgments on you no matter what. But there's something here that the energy here is telling me that some of you are holding on to things that you possibly could do well talking out with other people. Now, it may be past stuff, it may be issues that you've got currently in your life, but I feel like there's some shame and guilt around this. So I want to say to you, it doesn't matter. Don't pass judgment on yourself. That's even worse than allowing other people to pass judgment on you. So if you're holding back talking to someone because you feel that it's difficult to talk about, then go and find someone like a counselor or, someone who can just listen to you without bias, and they won't make a judgment. But there's something here that you need to be letting go of, because there's some sort of energy of, I'm trying to sort of get it how it feels here. There's some sort of energy of, if I hold on to it and nobody knows about it, then I'll just deal with it. But actually, it's sort of like it's almost eating away inside of you. Yeah, there we go. So we've got call for help, which talks about, getting back up. There's jealousy here and there's hope. So it could be that something you've got going on for you is just not resolving itself, and maybe you've been holding it to yourself because you fear if you talk to somebody else about it, it might create problems. You may have a secret. Somebody may have sworn you to secrecy. Oh, thanks, Rissa. Somebody may have sworn you to secrecy or kept you trapped in some sort of agreement that's not right. You may have seen something you shouldn't have seen, or heard something you shouldn't have heard, and now you're a bit embarrassed about not speaking up about it. And you may have known this for a little while, but it's like the universe is saying, go and talk to someone about it. Don't hold it to yourself, because it's creating damage within you. All right, and that's me. I am feeling much better. Hey, Caitlin, how you going? So I will see you. I'm going to do Instagram at the same time now on a Friday, so at 12 o'clock. And I'll see how I'm going by Friday. I don't want to absolutely run myself into the ground just getting back on top of things. So have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. I think most of you have given me a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Thank you for your generous donations as well. And I will see you somewhere. Thanks.